I just think, it's disarming. It takes your guard down, literally, surprises you and makes you kind of childlike. So I would hope that's a good place to not only, that's why people love going to comedies, but it's also a good place to start a conversation from.
First of all, amazing job on this film. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Both of you perfectly encapsulate the awkward parents trying so hard, but it's clearly out of love. Can you talk about crafting your characters and finding the chemistry between the two of you? We'll start with you, Julia.
Yes. Well, David and I, we'd never worked together before, but when we met on this film, I felt as if we'd known each other a long time. Yeah. And we immediately connected. We both have kids roughly the same age and a
lot younger than Jonah Hill.
A lot younger. We're badly cast for this film. Let's just say it up front because we're way too young for it.
It's the elephant in the room, really.
Yeah, it's the elephant in the room. So we just want to get that out of the way. But the idea of playing somebody who, a well-to-do family on the west side of Los Angeles, who are unbelievably well-intentioned and very left-leaning, and really leaning into that trope was a fun exercise, to say the least.
David, this story feels so relevant, especially today with newer generations having different mentalities than their parents. Why do you think approaching such a serious topic through comedy just works so well?
I think you answer your own question. I think comedy opens doors. Comedy disarms you. Comedy, when you're laughing, you're breathing. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, that's a fabulous thing. Did you just think that up? Actually, Margaret Cho said that, I believe.
Oh, well. Still true. But anyway, no, I'm kidding about that. But yeah, I just think, it's disarming. It takes your guard down, literally, surprises you and makes you kind of childlike. So I would hope that's a good place to not only, that's why people love going to comedies, but it's also a good place to start a conversation from.
Speaking of which, there's that dinner scene, which was hilarious. Every actor elevated that moment, and the comedy timing was tremendous, but it was a real conversation. How much of that was on the page, and how much of that was in the moment?
I'm going to say, you're talking about the big scene with both sets of parents. I'm going to say that scene was very much on the page, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. I mean, there may have been some improvisation within it, but if memory serves, that was very much written. And I'm happy about that too, because it was a thoughtful approach to the conversation. Yeah. And these are very sensitive subjects, right? So we want to get it right in terms of the comedy.
Another question I have for you guys is Kenya Barris is amazing, does a great job with his directorial debut. Can you guys talk to me about working with Kenya and what his directing style added to you people? I
just feel really comfortable with Kenya. I thought he was very, I don't know if laid back is the term, but he's very relaxed. On the surface, I'm sure he's got a million things on his mind, but you didn't feel hurried to kind of nail it. It was really exploratory and, kind of working on improv through things as he's directing you through an improv, pitching you ideas, pitching you lines, things like that. So I really loved that aspect of working with Kenya. Yeah,
and he was a great collaborator, very, nothing was precious, and very kind and generous with his actors. And he's really willing to go down like rabbit holes with stuff to try to find he has an instinct that there's something funny there, and you'll be watching it happen and you're like, oh Jesus, this is never going to end. Right. And then all of a sudden there's a moment and you're like, oh, that was worthwhile. Yeah.
Well, look, you guys absolutely killed it. I absolutely love this movie. David, I like your rendition of Ordinary Pupil by John Legend. Amazing job.
You get the single at Woolworth's.
What's that?
You get the single at Woolworth's. Only at Woolworth's.
Absolutely. I'm on top of it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.